We have a great tip of the week today, how to accept recurring and one-time donations. I talked a lot so far, David. If it's all right, I could pass over the reins to you and kind of take us through this tip of the week here.
Absolutely. Yeah, we briefly touched on this topic 2 tips of the week ago, but it's a pretty common question that we get here at BD. We've got a lot of charities, nonprofits, et cetera, using the platform who accept donations. And prior to a recent update, it wasn't the easiest to accept donations, both on the back end as well as the front end. However, with the recent update, which again, we briefly touched on previously, it's made it a whole lot easier for both the website admin as well as on the front end for donors to actually send in donations directly on your website. So we wanted to dedicate a tip of the week, briefly just going over donations, how to set them up, show you how it works in practice on both how to set up donations and then also how donations can be submitted from the point of view of the donor. So diving right into the slides here, who can benefit from donations? Obviously, this is not an extensive list, but some of the more common organizations that would want to utilize this, especially from the ones that we've heard from wanting this feature on their website, are nonprofits and charities, just to simplify that donation process, being able to accept donations directly on their website. Educational institutions to fund scholarships and other educational programs, community organizations to fund local programs and activities, religious organizations to facilitate the collection of tithes and other sorts of offerings, startups and growing sites, maybe to support growth and development in lieu of or potentially in addition to membership fees. There are a lot of other kind of use cases and organizations that can benefit from donations. Recently, I saw an HOA, a homeowners association, that was accepting donations to fund community efforts kind of outside of the general duties of the HOA. So there's a lot of organizations that can benefit from this, but these are some of the more common ones. And going into the benefits of accepting donations, this is probably pretty obvious to most of us here, but increasing funding to secure ongoing financial support through donations. Ease of use, like I mentioned, with this recent update, it makes it a whole lot easier for you, the website admin, to actually set up donations, and then also for your donors to submit their donations. With this update, you can also set up recurring and one-time donations. So the recurring can help to ensure more of a steady stream of contributions to your website. There's also custom donation amounts, a really cool option where donors can actually enter any amount, as well as the frequency of that donation, whether it's one time or a recurring donation that they want to automatically be charged to their card on file, or they can choose from preset amounts that you set up. And then lastly here, reporting. You can see and track all of the donations that have occurred on your website, all of the members who have submitted donations, when that occurred. You can export the list of donors and their donations as a CSV file. So there's a lot of flexibility here, a pretty extensive recent update. This is why we wanted to cover it here in a dedicated tip of the week. And before we get into the actual demo here, we just wanted to briefly cover how simple it is actually to set up these donations. Really, it can be done in 3, maybe 4 steps. The first one is to enable the Sell Digital Products and Services add-on. This does require that add-on. It's incredibly simple. Now there is some specific settings included in it for publishing and accepting donations. So it's no longer strictly for digital products or services. But once you have that add-on, the second step would be to create a new digital product post. Again, in this case, we're calling it a donation. And then you select the payment type. It can be a one-time donation, a recurring donation, monthly, annually, semi-annually, or it can be a custom donation amount. Like I mentioned, the donor can actually type in a specific custom dollar amount that they want to donate. And they can also choose the frequency of that donation, whether it's one of the recurring options or a one-time donation. And then optionally, there's a few additional settings, such as setting up a thank you page or a confirmation page that donors are automatically redirected to once their donation is processed, a confirmation or a receipt email that the donor automatically receives from your website after submitting their donation, as well as setting up a notification email that you, the admin of the website, can receive every time a donation is made. So really in just 3, maybe 4 steps, you can set up these digital products. Again, in this case, they're donations, and start accepting donations directly on your website. And last slide here, I promise, before we get into the actual demo here, showing an actual live use case, just some additional tips. Going back to those additional settings that we just saw in the previous slide, thank you emails. You really do want to set up some email templates. Probably just need one, depending on how many digital products or donations you set up. But you really do want to set up some thank you email templates and select those to automatically be sent to the donors after they submit their donation. This way, they get an actual email confirmation, they get a receipt, and maybe you can add some additional information into that email as well. Same thing for the confirmation page. You want to keep them on your site, keep them clicking around, even though they've already submitted a donation. That might have been your ultimate goal, was to get them to submit a donation, but you still want to try to keep them clicking around. So it's always a good idea to direct them to a thank you page that you set up. It could be something very simple, but maybe you also offer some additional information on that thank you page or that confirmation page. Maybe you direct them elsewhere into your website. Also here, kind of going outside of those additional settings, is donor recognition. This goes a long way. We see a lot of nonprofits and charities doing this. You can set up a static web page on your website, acting as a donor wall where you post all of the donors who have donated to your website, some sort of recognition page. You can also mention donors in your email newsletters. And then lastly here, regular updates. If somebody is donating to your cause, they probably want to know that their money is being spent in the way that they expected it. So it's always a good idea to add those donors, if they're not already, into one of your contact lists, one of your newsletter lists, so that you can inform them on how their contributions are making an impact into whatever cause it was that they donated.
Yeah, these are some really great use cases. And what's really nice about all of this is you can do it all in one in the Brilliant Directories platform. I know previously people were using like the PayPal donate button, which is also very convenient, but you had to embed, their third-party code onto your site. So now everything could be neatly and nicely done in one place. So as David mentioned, let's see a donation demo we have a site that's set up with some sample demo stuff. So let's actually go here to this site. And before we move forward, this one caveat, it does require the Sell Digital Products and Services add-on. This is probably one of the most high value add-ons available, I think, because it directly helps you generate more revenue. I shared a link to that in the chat. So if we go to the front end of the site, we'll kind of show you what's available, what we did, and then we can kind of pull back the curtain and show you how we did this. So a couple things we did first is we added a link to the main menu. It says Donate to Help. And again, this might not be applicable for all sites, but it never hurts to have a buy us a beer button on a site. I've seen that kind of stuff, or to help our mission and things like that. Just letting people know that you're open to donations kind of also helps you appear like a larger or more established organization, in my opinion. I'll just click on the Donate to Help button. What we did actually is we used the digital products post type, and we actually cloned it, and we created another digital products post type, but it's exclusively called Donate. And we put all our donation posts that we created under this post type called Donate. I'll show you guys that in a second. So we just created a little landing page. We appreciate your donations. Every bit helps. Part of the hero section that you can create on pages is to have one call to action. So what we did is we've actually created four different donation options. A $5,000 platinum donor. So maybe you have different levels and tiers of donations and names for your donations that match your branding. Choose your donation. This is a flexible amount that the donor can enter their own custom amount that they want to donate. And then just to show for demonstration purposes, a $50 monthly donation or a $50 one-time donation. You can, of course, create more of these solid established amounts like $20 donations, $20 one-time, or you can just stick with the choose your donation amount and allow people to choose if they want to donate $500 annually, $1 monthly, and more from there. So what we can do is let's take a look at the choose your donation one first. And these are just posts that we created on the site. So choose your donation. We added an image here. And this is where the magic happens. So there's a sidebar module that you can also add. If you go to the sidebar manager, let me actually do that with you now, because I think that's pretty helpful. We created a sidebar for this. And if you go to donation, I just created one called donation post. Everyone has this. If you search for buy button, this will copy the buy button that's generally underneath the post image, and it will add it to the sidebar here. So if you just search for the word buy, it's this buy button one, you just drag it on over there, and that's what we're seeing over here. So to scroll down here, it says enter a donation amount. So, we can enter $100. And then here, we can donate monthly, quarterly, annually, semi-annually, all the way to a one-time donation. And then you can have the button here, yes, donate, but the sidebar updates with whatever you put in here, and also vice versa. So just donate $50 now. And you don't have a card on file when you're doing this, it'll prompt you. I do have a card on file with this account that I'm using. So I'll just continue here, and it will process the payment. And we'll go to the other donation options here next, and then we'll take a look at how we created some of these posts. Let's give it a second here. So the payment was successful, and we're actually directing people. We've created a very simple thank you page. You can obviously add, more resources and links to continue their journey with your organization. But we just did a simple thank you page. My suggestion always when you send people to a thank you page is give them something else to click on. Join your Facebook group. Subscribe to your YouTube channel. Check out more blog posts. Do another action. So just a little tip there. I'm just going to open up some of these other ones, and then we'll take a look at how we created them. So we do all 4 of these here. So this is a $5,000 platinum donor. That's what we called it. And this one is just a button. They don't enter an amount. All they're doing is donating $5,000 here, and they're going to get a platinum status. What does that mean? Well, maybe people who do this afterwards, as David mentioned, you create a page on your site and you just put like their photo or something, and you can give them a little bit of, you can attribute their donation and give them a little credit for it. We did the custom donation one. Here is the $50 monthly donation. So in this one, it's showing you that you're going to pay $50 per month. It's not just $50 one time. If we click on this, they're going to know that they're going to be paying $50 monthly. And then last one here, a $50 one-time donation. Again, here, it's just the button here, donate $50. And we did something a little special here also, is in the area here, we actually put a video. So if you wanted to, you could put a video here. So when people come to this page, they could learn about your mission. It could be someone talking to them and thanking for the donation they're about to make. To your website or organization. So you don't just have to have an image here. And then on the side here, this is just the related posts, and it's just showing the other donation options available. So let me take a step back here, and let's go to the admin who created these. So this is the website creating a donation post. So it says publish content, and the admin of the site, the contributor here has a donations. This is the post type that I cloned and created a donations. I just called it donations. You can call these things whatever you want. And these are the 4 posts that I created. And we'll actually go ahead and do a new donation. And we'll do like, $1,000 elite donor. I'll just do another one here. So these are the payment options here. So if it's a one-time payment, a recurring subscription, or a custom donation amount, which I think is the coolest part about this. But in this case, we'll just do a one-time payment, calling it a donation. Now it's just basically a digital product that costs $1,000. We're just calling it a donation. But we can also do things like custom. This is probably more useful to share. Custom donation. And what we want to choose here is custom donation amount. And what you can choose is the payment cycles that people can choose for their custom donation. So if you only wanted people to give one-time donations, you would just checkbox the one-time donation option. If you wanted people to choose monthly or one-time, and we'll do that together, enable monthly, enable one-time, we'll do that. And you can choose the button text that we're seeing here. So this button here says, yes, donate $50 per month. That's actually custom. You can choose what you want to say. Yes, I want to donate, or complete donation now, right? Complete my donation now. And really that's it. You can redirect buyers to the thank you page. So David had created this kind of sample donation thank you page. You can send a confirmation email. We didn't create any custom emails, but you can, again, thank them for their donation, create an email that gives them more calls to action and things to do and makes them feel all warm and fuzzy inside for their donation. And if you wanted to, you can send an email to the admin of the site, the post publisher, which is you, after the purchase, if you wanted to get an extra notification of the donation amount. Of course, you can enter a description. Just go ahead and save the changes here. And what's nice is this is a photo gallery option also. So if you wanted to provide a photo gallery of all the different things that, or whatever's being donated to, maybe you're building a bridge, or I don't know, I'm just thinking outside the box here, but, or maybe smaller projects, you can kind of show photographs of what that donation is going towards. You just choose an image and you can upload a photo there. To add a video, if you guys were interested in that, more than just an image, you can do this with all your photo album post types. You can see here, I've enabled the YouTube or Vimeo video link. So the way to do that is, and let me take a step back, I'll pause here on the front end. We've effectively created a custom donation post that people can do now. Let's go to the dashboard. And what we did is if we go to My Content and we go to Edit Post Settings, so we had, when you get the digital products add-on, you get this post type. And this is your digital products post type, which creates the ability, has the ability to create these additional products and services that people can buy. So, you know, this site, for example, we also want to offer ebooks for sale. We want to sell marketing services, but separately, we want another channel just for donations. So what we did is we cloned the post type. And when it cloned, we just changed the post type name and some other things to donations. We made the post type name donations. The URL is donate. The search results page is we appreciate your donations, the title for this. And that's basically it. Now we've created an additional channel of products that we can sell. So think of when you clone the digital products post type, you're just creating different channels of different types of content that you can sell. You could, of course, do all of them under the digital products and have them under different categories, I think, or whatnot. But I like, because we know we're going to have exclusive donation channel, I thought this was the best route for this. And back to how we enabled the YouTube or Vimeo link, when you're editing a post type, and it's a photo album post type, like your classifieds, photo albums, etc., you have this setting here in the first tab, general settings, additional settings, enable photo gallery videos. By default, this is set to no. If you want it, you can set this to yes. Go ahead and save the changes. And that's how we're seeing this here. Now let's actually search for a YouTube video, YouTube donation. So let's save Africa. Maybe this is not the best video. It says gone wrong. But anyways, the example here is for the video. So let's just paste the URL here for the YouTube video or Vimeo link. And if we go back to all our posts, this is the custom donation that I created. Let's actually view the post. And this is the cover, so you can choose the cover that matches the video you're uploading, etc. But you can actually play the video now. And I think this is a really nice touch when you're doing donations. And you can have additional photos from the photo album to have a gallery of images and videos here, which should make a more compelling statement for people to want to donate to your cause or website or mission here. So if we go to donation amount, if you recall, we only selected monthly or one time as the option. So if I do $10 monthly or $10 one time, we can say, yes, complete my donation now. This is the button that the text that we created. and it's all very seamless. Let's actually follow through with this, and we'll see what it looks like in the members dashboard as well. And then we can move on. I think that should cover everything. Give this a moment to process. Here we go. Payment was successful. The website captured additional revenue, donation revenue. So if I go to, I'm the admin user purchasing my own products, but if I go to my billing information, we can also see recent transactions here in my dashboard. We can see all the things that I've purchased from the site. So this was the custom donation from the donations post type. It was a one-time payment. It was $10. Now this is you as the member seeing all the payments you made on the site. So this is what your members will see after their purchases. Now, you, the website owner, the person who created the digital product, the donation products, in your donation section here, where you see all the posts you've created, you will have a sales history tab. And this is where you can see who all the buyers are of your different digital products. In this case, the donation products. And so you can filter by product. So the custom donation one, that's the one I just did. There's one person. You can export this list. So if you need to export this list and create a physical print copy, maybe you're doing it for an event and donators can come to the event. So you create a checklist, clipboard list, before people enter to see who's on the list and things like that. So the exporting results will give you a CSV file, and you can of course use that for many different things. And also all this is tied into the webhooks. So if you need to do additional integrations, when people purchase specific digital products, you can do other actions and workflows with other solutions and platforms out there. But in a nutshell, David, let me know if I've skipped over anything or if we should mention anything else here at this stage.
I think we covered it. And my favorite feature, just to point out, I think is being able to export all of the donor list, and then also the webhook integrations, being able to utilize that list of donors or digital product purchasers, and being able to utilize that with any third-party platform that also supports webhooks. So really flexible stuff here, and really glad we were able to push this update recently.
I agree. And one more thing is not only will you be able to, let me close some of these tabs down. Not only will you see the sales history when you're logged in as the admin who created these posts, but also in your finance tab under transaction history. These are just like every other transaction on your site. So you can see here, the custom donations are part of the site generated $160. So all of it is also available in your transaction history as well. The member who purchased it, in this case, I was purchasing it from myself, and you can see that here. Another fun tip, if you guys aren't familiar with it, the search subscriptions link right under transaction history. This will actually show you all the recurring subscriptions that are either active or have ended on your site. So we can see here, if we do subscription status active and do search, we can see there are currently 4 active subscriptions on the site that have so far generated $160 for the site. So you can search for the actual subscriptions here, not just the individual transactions, the line item transactions. Yeah. So with that, thank you, David, for putting those earlier slides together. I think this is pretty straightforward. You guys can ask your website visitors and others to donate to your cause, your mission, your website. Especially good for startups. Don't be shy if you're not, a nonprofit or something like that. Startups need funding too for their development and their growth. So if you're a startup, having a donation button doesn't hurt either.